If you guys have been keeping up with Halo 5 news lately, you'll know 343 Industries has said Halo 5 will be a much darker game than the previous titles in the series. But some news came out recently that Halo 5 will also be rated T for Teen by the ESRB. So, in a way this kind of makes sense, in a way it also kind of doesn't. Halo has always, in my opinion, really been a rated T game, and Halo CE 2, 3, the reason why it was rated M for mature was the Flood, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Halo 4, although it didn't have Flood, it also had the one composer scene, which, if you've played Halo 4, you'll understand why. But that means that in Halo 5, it won't have, well, we already know the Flood was confirmed not to be in Halo 5, and there won't be any composer scenes. That could also mean that the ESRB is really becoming more lenient, and maybe they're just understanding that games are evolving, so, and especially Halo as a series, I don't think it's really M material. Like, there was nothing, like in Call of Duty World at War, when you throw a grenade under someone's legs, and it blows up, you know, their limbs will come flying off, and there'll be blood all over the floor. But in Halo, you know, if you throw a grenade, then their body just flies up in the air, and, you know, there's a little blood splatter. And as we saw in the Halo 5 beta, and Warzone, and also the Halo 5 arena, that will, the little B-roll footage that was showed at Gamescom, we know that it will also have those little blood splatters. So it's not like they removed that to make the game teen. So a complaint I've been seeing, which I don't think that it being rated teen is a big problem. I mean, it for a lot of those overprotective parents that say, no, that game is M. You know, I haven't actually played the game, but, you know, I trust everything by its cover, and wouldn't buy the game for their kids because it was rated M, without maybe doing some research on the game that wouldn't allow their kids to play the games. Now, because it's rated teen, they're able to. I don't know a lot of people that they do that, because I think most kids, if they want to get their hands on a rated M game, they will get their hands on a rated M game, but that's besides the point. Maybe it's because they're opening up their audience to include younger people, but this is also something I want to bring up. The Harry Potter series. Now, I've been a fan for the Harry Potter series for a while, but something I will admit is they tried going for a much darker tone in the later movies, which is why I'm a very big fan of the early movies, where it's kind of a, you know, go on this big adventure to eradicate evil and just kick ass and have fun on the way, and it was very bright and colorful and fun. But in the later Harry Potter movies, they made the color palette horrible. It was, you know, gray, and always looked like there was smog everywhere, and there was evil everywhere. And, you know, I kind of understand that's where the, you know, the books and the movies were going in that direction, to make it feel like a more, you know, desperate and hopeless kind of feeling. But I kind of disagree with that in a little bit, because let me bring up Legend of Zelda. Now, I love the Legend of Zelda series. I like the SNES games, the Nintendo 64 games. I haven't played the Wii games, so please don't kill me. But Majora's Mask is probably the darkest Zelda game, and it's one of the fan favorites, and it's one of my favorite games on my N64. I actually have the, you know, the gold cartridge Majora's Mask, and that game has a beautiful color palette. It's probably because it uses the same textures from Ocarina of Time, which is also a really colorful game, but, you know, the colors really pop out, and they're vibrant, and that game is very, very dark. It's very sad. It has a lot of, I think, could be considered mature tones, but it's also rated E for everyone, 10 and up, I believe. I'll have to check that. It might be E for everyone. But I hope that when they say darker, they don't mean the color palette, because Majora's Mask has shown that, you know, a game can be very dark, but have a good color palette, and, you know, have some, you know, happy tones everywhere, but, you know, also have some reality and sadness in there. So, I kind of want to compare it to Twilight Princess. As I said, I haven't played Twilight Princess, but I know from a lot of people on YouTube, they've said that the game isn't as good as, you know, the Nintendo 64 games, especially because Nintendo tried to go with the very dark, you know, kind of hopeless tone, but they also moved that to the color palette and made everything, you know, kind of sad and, you know, droopy and withering on purpose, and so that kind of ruined the experience. Majora's Mask was sad because it was sad, but they tried to make Twilight Princess sad, and it just didn't work. You know, I think they maybe tried a little bit too hard on it, so I'm really hoping that 343 does not do that with Halo 5. I'm hoping they keep, you know, the vibrant color palette like Halo 2 and CE and 3 did, but making the story dark and the game, you know, feel dark, but without having to remove crucial assets, in my opinion, of the games. So guys, that's just my opinion. I think that the rated teen thing is a good thing overall. It might mean that the ESRB is understanding the games are evolving more, and that's, you know, a win for gamers and, you know, everyone, in my opinion. And so if you guys disagree with me, which people tend to do, but if you actually, you know, do agree or disagree, or, you know, thought this video was, you know, great at explaining what's going on, then you guys should comment below and, you know, maybe share this video. And I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Molten Sword Gaming.